What's going on? This is Ryan with Automatic Comics, and up next we have got a big CGC unboxing here. This one is 14 books. I have not checked the grades. I've got my grade estimates written down here, and we are going to check these books out together. So let's see how we did. All right, so before we get started, please remember to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. I just got back a bunch of boxes from CGC. I've got a ton of submissions that I sent in around the same time, and I thought they were going to be sent back over a pretty long period of time because they were all different tiers, but they ended up grading them all like at the exact same time, no matter what the tier was. The slowest one was actually a walkthrough. So they all came back around the same time, so we're going to have a bunch of these videos that are going to be coming out. Now, this one is, like I said, is 14 books. It is a fast track economy submission. Some great stuff in this one. I'm a little nervous about this little ding in the corner here, but we'll see. I can feel the slabs through the box there, but yeah, hopefully everything's all right. So I'm gonna flip this box over. So hopefully I have the side of the slab that does not have the grade on it. And like I've said in other videos, I did not check the grades. I've got my grade estimates written down here, so I'm going to bring the book out and I'll tell you what my estimate is. Talk about the book for a little bit, and then we'll see how I did. But let's get this guy open. I was really impressed with my last Fast Track Economy. It was 25 books, and the last time I had 25 book submissions, a number of the books were getting cracked, and that didn't happen this time. So, and packing is really good. That's a strange, that one's a little weird. So it looks like there's maybe another magazine-sized book in here. I might know what that one is. There's a Walt Disney's Comics and Stories in here. Maybe that one had to go into a magazine. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna start pulling these books out. What I'll do is I will bring the book down from the top. I will not show the grade. Talk about the book, and then I'll reveal the grade. So I'm going to, first book here, and we'll see what this one is. Oh, okay. All right. So these are not in any type of order, it seems like, but it's fine. It's from the correct submission. I got it here. So this is an L.B. Cole book. This is Terrifying Tales number 15. The main issue with this one was that I tried to adjust it. It was getting a lot of reflection on here, but I don't know. We'll see. But so the main issue with this one is it had a lot of indentations. Basically, somebody had used this book to learn how to draw that woman and the alligator, or crocodile. And so there's a lot of indentations on it, but in generally pretty nice presenting book. A cool L.B. Cole Golden Age, pre-code horror / jungle type cover. I had this one at a 4.5. Hey, 4.5. All right. Not bad. I mean, exactly what I was expecting. So yeah, you can see the back of these. They have these a lot of times they have these ads to build muscle and that kind of stuff on the back. But oh man, white pages too. I didn't see that. That's awesome. So 4.5 and white pages, 1954 L.B. Cole cover. That is pretty great. So I'm happy about that. Nice way to start getting Golden Age white pages book. All right, so let's get the next one out. So now, which one do we have here? What are you? Oh, okay, so this should be Texan number 13. So I have a couple, and I think I have one in another box too. I have a couple of these books that are, these are Matt Baker covers. If you're not familiar with Matt Baker, he's one of the most kind of like in-demand Golden Age cover artist, but usually he's most known for drawing good girl art covers, and attractive women, that kind of thing. But he also had quite a few Native American, Western, cowboy type theme covers as well. I just thought the colors on this one were really, really bright. I thought they looked really nice. I think this one, there was a little concern that maybe it was trimmed or something, but I think it just had a really wonky cut on the cover. But I had this one at a 4.5 to a 5. 5.5. Awesome. Yeah, so you can kind of see that it's got this just kind of like a weird cut, to the book, but I've talked about this in a lot of other unboxings where I really like these transition background covers where it's like yellow to red. You know, this would be like a sunrise, I think. That's what that one would be. But yeah, one of the areas that he's also pretty well known for are these Native American, you know, Western themed type books. You can see there, Matt Baker cover and art. And I'll have to check that one. I mean, I think a 5.5, that's pretty high for this book. These books are not easy to get in mid grades. When you're talking about Matt Baker books, a lot of times it's like they're really low grade, and it's just pretty few and far between that you get these kind of like nicer mid-grade books. And this, I mean, it's a stunning looking book. One of the main issues was this, it had this kind of like crease right here. A couple little, you know, little things on the spine there, a little tear on the spine in the back, and, you know, definitely a little wear along the, you know, the spine at the staples, like a reader crease type thing like the staples. But in general, a really, really nice presenting copy of this book. I don't even know how, it might be a difficult one even to price just because they don't come up very often, but if I can find pricing, I'll put something on there. And off-white to white pages, so really nice page quality on that one too. All right, what is next? Because yeah, these are totally in just random order. What is this? Oh, this is Valor #3. So this is an interesting one. I decided to send this one in because I thought it looked pretty nice, but I wasn't really sure what grade this one was going to get. This is, if you're not familiar, well, I'm sure you're familiar with EC. I talk about pre-code horror all the time. This is what happened to EC after the Comics Code Authority went into effect. You got like just these, it's like a conquistador story, just these, this is why they went out of business. You know, they started having to put out books like this and they were done very, very quickly. So this one I had is, so this is Valor #3. I had it as a 6.5. This is from 1955. So I mean, this is like right when the Comics Code Authority went into place. 7.0. All right, nice. Yeah, I mean that's a really respectable grade for this book. My main concern on this one was this top staple. It was just pushed in a bit, so it was a little torn there. I didn't know if maybe it would detach at the staple, but everything looks good. So yeah, definitely happy with that. So yeah, 7.0, awesome. But poor EC Comics. I mean, just like the coolest stuff like a year earlier, and then then it's like this kind of stuff. Yeah, actually I'm gonna cut for a second because I thought it would be kind of interesting maybe if I can talk about the grader notes. So I'm gonna get something out that I can scan those barcodes on the back. All right, so what I did is I got out my old phone, because I use my phone to do the recordings, and I can scan the barcodes in the back because I can't check the grades on the grader's notes on my computer because I'll see all the grades and I want to see the grades. So I scanned the Valor #3. And so it says chip out of bottom of the spine, where spine breaks color and light creasing to cover. So there's the little chip there on the bottom of the spine. And then, there's just a little spine wear and light creasing to cover. Yeah, I mean, there's like a little bit up in the corner. And yeah, I mean, it's 7.0, it's a pretty nice book. Okay, so moving forward, I'll scan those in so then we can talk about the grader's notes too, because I think that'll be interesting to see, kind of actually what those grader's notes are, because I've noticed, at least for me, everything has been getting grader's notes, especially when it's, in something other than like a 9.8 type book. All right, so what are you? Oh, okay, so this is Vault of Horror 29. I believe this is a Johnny Craig cover. So I thought this one was pretty nice. I just think it's a really cool, like, kind of zombie ghoul type cover. They're going after this guy. And so this is from EC, right before, or this is a couple years before they had to turn into the, the Valor stuff. But I had this one at a 6.5 to a 7. 7.0. That's great. Yeah, I'm really happy getting a 7.0 on an EC book. I've talked about that before, where EC, a lot of times you'll get really high grade copies with the with like the file copies, the copies that were basically like set aside right after printing, and then you get like really low grade copies. They tend to be in really poor condition, but getting kind of like mid grade, or I mean, this is golden age. This is, you would almost call this high grade copies with a 7.0 and off white to white pages. Yeah, so let's take a look at the grader's notes on this one. All right, so the grader's notes on this one: light creasing to cover, light wear all edges, and very light tears to cover. And so like the back is actually very nice, but the front, the main issues on this one, and so that light creasing to cover, it's kind of along the spine there. You can see just where the book folds over. There's some really light kind of like reader creasing. And then the wear on the edges, you can see it along the edges there. The edges and corners, just some really light wear. There's a cool date stamp, see on this one. But I mean, in general, I just think it's such a cool cover. You've got a little crease down in the corner here. But yeah, no, that's great. 7.0, Baltimore 29. That's awesome. I'm excited about that. That's a cool book to get. So then let's get the next one. See how, and so far things are going pretty well. The ones I'm really nervous about are in some of the other boxes, like my walkthroughs. I'm really nervous about my walkthroughs. So what's this one? Oh, okay. This is a fun Superman cover. So this is Superman number 63. And I call it like one of the few good girl art Superman covers, because you've got, you know, the attractive woman on the front that, you know, Miss Metropolis 1950, Superman's up there putting up the billboard. This one is actually a really, really nice presenting copy. It has a small amount of like mouse chew or something in the corner, but then it has a full length crease on the back, which just, it sucks. You know, like this book I think would be like 6.57 otherwise, but I have it as a 5.0. A little tough for me on the grading because on this one, because I'm not sure how they're going to treat that full crease on the back, but I have it as a 5.0. 6.0. Awesome. That's awesome. I'm really excited about that because it's really a stunning book. So you can see that little bit of mouse chew up in the corner there. You've got, you know, this thing up here. And then there's some color rub. But otherwise, I mean, just really, really nice book. I mean, colors are amazing. And let's see if I can find that. Yeah, oh, and the crease pressed out really well. So that, I mean, that's a big part of it. And so if I've had people ask you a number of times before, the person that I use for my pressing and cleaning for these was The Comic Book Presser. He's on Instagram. I'll put his contact info in the video so you can find him. Make sure to let him know that I sent you if you decide to go use him. But yeah, that really, really improved. It was like a deep crease on the back, but I mean, I don't even know if it'll show up on camera. Let's see if I can even get it to. It's like right across the barrel. I think you can see it right there. It just runs, there you go, runs the full length, but I mean, so light now. And that is why you get your books pressed. Wow. That improved it so much. I'm really, really happy about that. So yeah, 6.0, Superman 63, and let's check those grader's notes again, because it'll be interesting if they mention the crease on the back. Yep, they do. Okay, so it says chip out of top right of whole book, which is the kind of like the mouse chew, then stain bottom of the back of the cover right here, and then tear with crease top of front cover, which is this little guy right here, and then it says large light crease back cover. So yeah, and I mean, yeah, that's awesome. I'm really, really happy about that. But I think that just shows how much better they're getting at putting in grader's notes. I mean, those are some pretty detailed grader's notes, calling out the stains and the creases, and you know, this, I mean, it is definitely getting better with respect to grader's notes on these books. Yeah, wow, 6.0. That is great. I'm really happy about that one. All right. Actually, I want to see what this book is. This one that they've got sideways, which actually I'm really worried that one might have gotten cracked. So let's see what this is. And we'll see if it got cracked too, because it's a magazine case and those things are super fragile. Let's see. Is that correct? No, I don't think it is. I'll take a close look at it later, but I don't think it is. So yep, okay, so it's Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. I'm pretty sure this could have fit in a normal slab. I'm a little annoyed that this is not, I hate getting these things in these huge slabs when I feel like they don't need to be, but yeah. So this is Walt Disney's Comics and Stories number 20. This is one of my favorite covers from the entire run. I love just like the solid background. You've got Donald Duck dressed up as Uncle Sam. It's a World War II cover where he's selling war bonds and all that kind of stuff. And let's see here. So what did I have this one as? I had this one as a 4 to a 4.5. It's just got, there's a fair amount of just like general wear to the cover of this. It is a really nice presenting book, but just a lot of general wear. And a 4.5. All right. And again, off-white to white pages. Page quality is great. So now let's take a close look at the case, because this is the one that, if anything was going to crack in there, it would probably be this one. Nope, I don't see any cracks. So that's good, because I don't have to deal with sending something back. But yeah, 4 to a 4.5, and let's see what the grader's notes say. It's such a nice feature having that QR code on the back. So grader's notes, puzzle filled out, page 30, multiple creases, cover breaks color. So they even mention that there's a puzzle filled out on the inside. And then, yeah, it's just, that's really what it is. It's just, there's multiple creases to the cover. I mean, that's all there really is to it. General wear. Then we've got, there's a little crease on the back down there. But colors are great on the back cover too. Everything just really pops with this book. So I'm gonna have to put this one over there because I don't want to stack that up with the others. But yeah, that's, yeah, happy to get the upper end of my grade estimate with that one. All right, let's see here. Oh, this is a cool book. Okay, so this is Strange Worlds number 5. So Wally Wood cover. Strange Worlds number 4 is the biggest book in the run. This is probably the second biggest book in the run. You know, so it's got this creepy alien guy, good girl art cover, you know, the attractive woman on the front. And I love the color on this one. This blue background is amazing. You do not see this color very often in the Golden Age. But this one has a lot of wear to it, like especially along the spine. You can see, I don't even know how you get that type of, like if you just had to like roll it up or something, I'm not even sure how you get that type of creasing on the book. But I had this one at a 3.0. 4.0, man, awesome. That is awesome. Off-white to white pages again, geez, just like really good page quality for Golden Age. So yeah, now just get a little closer look at it so you can see the general spine wear, just a lot of like little ticks. There's nothing really in the center that's taking away from the book, which is a big plus on this one. Got some creasing on the corner and the edges. Yeah, back cover looks nice. There's a dust shadow on the bottom. But yeah, let's check out those grader's notes. All right, my phone's running a little faster now, so it's getting me notes quicker. So this one, multiple creases cover, breaks color, small piece out of left bottom of front cover. Small piece, oh yeah, so there's the small piece out of left bottom of front cover, and then you saw all the creases and everything, but just such an awesome Wally Wood cover. But yeah, this is probably my favorite cover from the run. Issue 4, like I said, is the biggest book from the run, but this is probably my favorite cover from it. I love that background, just such a great cover. So Strange Worlds number 5. All right, so let's see what's next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So up next, oh, Tales from the Crypt. All right. So this should be Tales from the Crypt number 39. Just saw a copy of this sell on Heritage tonight. The Tales from the Crypt books actually on that Heritage sale went a little soft, but a lot of the other books were really strong. Like Vault of Horror was pretty good, but the crime suspense stories, shocking suspense stories are really good. But this is just, I don't know if this guy's supposed to be a werewolf or he's just some like mutant looking let's see if I can get it. Yeah, mutant looking guy on the front. But he's a creepy looking guy chasing these kids. I love the facial expressions of these kids. I can't, let's see, is this a Jack Davis? Yeah, this is a Jack Davis cover. So this one I had as a 4 to a 4/5. 5/5. Yeah, like, I mean, man, just incredible. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice, really nice presenting copy. I mean, there's definitely some tanning on the back, which maybe gives me a little bit of hope for my Crime Suspense Stories 22, because that's my big concern with that one, is there's something going on with the tanning that they're going to hit me on that book. There's like a little chip out of the upper corner there. But again, not really much going on in the middle of the book. Really nice presenting in the middle of the book. You've got some spine wear. And, you know, that tear up at the top here. It's probably like one of the big issues with this one. And then there's, that chip and some tanning. So let's see what the grader's notes say. So grader's notes say staple tear, top staple, tear with crease, top front cover, wear all corners, breaks color, multiple creases, cover, breaks color. So yeah, I mean, you saw that. You got the staple tear up here, the tear right here, and then just kind of that general wear around the book. So yeah, 5/5. Creamed off white on that one, so I'm not getting the white pages on that one, but all right. Let's see what we got next here. Okay. Oh man. All right. My favorite Johnny Craig cover. This is Vault of Horror number 35. This one, I mean, just looking at the picture I can see up here, it looks like this one cleaned up pretty nice. This one is rough. It is rough, but it looks really nice on camera, so I'm hoping maybe I got a little better grade than I was expecting. So this is Vault of Horror 35, Johnny Craig cover. I think this cover is just, it's hilarious. Like, he gave his wife a coffin for Christmas, and wrote "Merry Christmas to my wife" on it. It's just, it's got that humor that I like in the Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, that kind of stuff, because sometimes they're just brutally violent, but this one has that like little bit of humor tossed in with it. It's also a violent cover, but a little bit of humor tossed in. So I had this one as a 2 to a 2/5, but man, it looks nice on camera. So let's see, 3/5. Yeah, super happy with that. Because yeah, I mean, the spine is rough, and it has some larger creases on it. It's got this big stamp here. So up close, you can see, like, spine is rough. I think it's probably detached bottom staple. I can't remember if it's detached the bottom staple or not. Back cover actually looks pretty decent. Not really anything to write home about on the back cover. Front cover, is where you've got this issues up the top. But in the center, looks really nice. No big creasing or anything like that. So I imagine the grader's notes probably have a lot to say about this one. This one's a little bit lower grade. So let's see how we did with the grader's notes here. So spine split, bottom of spine, staple detached, bottom of cover, multiple creases, cover, breaks color, pieces out of cover, tears to cover. So there's the spine split down there, and that staple is detached. That's what I remembered. And then, just the general creases and everything. But man, yeah, and off white to white again. Really good on that one. I was not expecting a 3/5 on that book. That's super exciting. I almost want that one in my keeper list. We'll see. I'll have to think about that one. That one, I'm really happy about that book. That's probably the best surprise so far in this one. All right, so now we've got some more EC stuff, but this one's more sci-fi focused. So which one is this? Is this Weird Fantasy? I'm gonna try not to see the grade. Yeah, okay, so this is Weird Fantasy 8. I just thought, I think this is one of the cooler covers from the run. There's a bunch of great covers in this run. I don't remember if this is a Wally Wood cover or not. I'll check once I can look at the grade and everything. But I had this one at a 3/5 to a 4. It's kind of like a cool, you've got people in tubes cover. I've had some people comment on that could be a thing you could try to collect. And but yeah, cool cover. I had it as a 3/5 to a 4. 5. Oh man, these are just killing it. I am undergrading my Golden Age books right now. Wow, 5.0. Oh, and slightly brittle pages. So I remember my presser, he did mention that some of the books were like a little fragile. So yeah, I'm guessing this was one of those that he had to be a little more cautious with. And so with slightly brittle pages, the highest grade you can get is a 6.5. I do have a 6.5. My Punch 19 is a slightly brittle and it's a 6.5. And I think I remember Matt Nelson, the head grader at CGC, saying that the highest grade you could get with slightly brittle is 6.5. So 5.0 is a solid grade with that. The big positive though is it often means you get a really, really nice presenting book with that page quality. Because like I said, I don't care about page quality, and especially not in the golden age. But yeah, really solid presenting book. And there's, you can see it's got this dust shadow over here. But yeah, really, really excited about that one too. Man, this has been a fun unboxing so far. So let's take a look at the grader's notes. Pieces out of cover, tears to cover. So yeah, there's like maybe like a little piece out down here. Not as descriptive on that one. Yeah, I mean, like the spine is where the damage is. There's like some little tears and things to the spine, but really, really nice presenting copy. I think they could have put a few more details on the grader's notes for that one, but it doesn't really matter. All right. All right, this is an awesome one. I think this is Weird Fantasy 13. I'm gonna use my hat to block that. Yeah, okay, so Weird Fantasy 13, awesome Red Planet cover. Like my favorite Famous Funnies book, the Frank Frazetta book, is 214, which is the red planet in the background. This is just an incredible Red Planet cover. I really liked. Oh yeah, I wanted to check if is that Wallywood cover? Oh, it's a Feldstein cover. Okay, so that was a Feldstein cover. What is this one? This one is also a Feldstein cover. All right, so I had this one at a 3.5 to a 4. I mean, hopefully I get better grade again. 4.5. All right. Creamed off-white pages, not the brittle ones on this one. And this one had a little more chipping to the cover, had a little bit of chipping on the side here. But again, a nice presenting copy in the middle. The colors are amazing. There's a big crease on the back here, and it breaks color. There's nothing you can really do about something like that. But yeah, I love this cover. I can't remember where I picked this one up. I remember where I got this one. Such a cool cover. Because I bought some EC books from a few different places, and I don't remember where I got this one. Crease full bottom of front cover. Yep, so that's this down here. So, and then crease left top of back cover. That's the one I showed. Marvel chipping right center of front cover, even though it's not Marvel. I guess they call it Marvel chipping on the side there. And light tears to cover. There's some little tears on the spine. Yeah, 4.5. Awesome. Amazing looking book. And another Feldstein cover. All right, we're getting near the bottom of this box. We got 3 books left. All right, because I know I have one more Weird Fantasy in here. Oh, yeah, so that's probably what this one is. Yeah. Okay, so this is Weird Fantasy 18. This is a really big book because it's this Ray Bradbury adaptation. I think it's the first one that they did with his story, his like approved story in there. Don't hold me to that though, I could be wrong on that one. Because this book's been really up and down. It's had some really big high sales, and then it's kind of come back down a little bit. This one is a very low grade. You can see on the top, tried it on, there's a lot of wear up there, like color loss and everything. So I expect a pretty low grade with this one. I don't remember if it was water damage or what, but a lot of color lift on this one. I had it as a 1.8, 2.5. Awesome. Yeah. So there's the color lift on the top there. It's funny being excited about like a 2.5, but yeah, 2.5 is great. And it's one of those, this one I was struggling with grading. I remember that too, because it's like 75%, 80% of the cover looks incredible. It actually looks really, really presentable. And then you've got this going on at the top. And so I wasn't really sure, and I like to be a little conservative with my grades. But yeah, you can see that there's like that water damage and foxing on the back there. But again, like the rest of it looks really nice. So let's see what they say in the grader's notes. And again, off-white to white pages, really nice page quality again. So that's been pretty consistent. Color lift, front cover, stain full top, whole book, multiple creases, cover or breaks color. So yeah, I mean the main thing is that. And so if you're wondering what that's going to do to your book, if you have like everything else looking pretty nice, you know, this one got a 2.5. So yeah, but yeah, let's see, that one I think is Al Feldstein too. Yeah, it's an Al Feldstein cover, but it's not credited. He didn't put his signature or anything on this one. He usually puts that little signature block, but he didn't on that one. All right, 2 left. One of these is my childhood book. I don't know if this is it or not. Oh, wrong side. Yep, this is it. So, this is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1. I got this as a kid. My older brother, we played tennis when we were kids, and we would always go to comic shops whenever we went to play in a tournament. And my older brother picked this one up for 15 bucks at this shop. Then I bought it from him as a kid for like $75, which back then was a lot. He totally ripped me off. Totally ripped me off because I didn't know anything about grading back then. I paid way too much for this book, like in, I don't know what it would have been, like 1992 or something like that, or 94. And so then I didn't know anything about like counting pages, that kind of stuff back then. I got this book as an adult. When I got back into collecting, I was going through my books. I counted the pages on it. It was missing 2 pages. I was crushed. I was crushed. So comic book shops would even, they're screwing you in the 90s sometimes too. So, you always got to count the pages. Always got to count the pages. But, so that makes this one a 0.5. There's no question about it because it's missing 2 pages. So yeah, 0.5. And yeah, page 6 and 7 missing. They don't say the incomplete anymore. They don't say the effects story anymore. But I can't remember if they said they were going to put that in the grader's notes. I don't think so. But we'll check. Missing interior part of page, heavy spine splits. Yeah, no, they don't say anything about if it affects the story or not, which is unfortunate because I had this book listed raw for a while, and I had so many people like, oh, does it affect the story? And I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that these pages are missing because I don't have a complete copy to compare against. But it wasn't going to be a high grade anyway. It had, it's like really significant splitting here. But in this like little chip out here, I was expecting something like a 2.0 if it had been complete. I mean, it's a decent enough looking copy. I mean, so that's a big plus with it. It's just missing a couple pages. But yeah, 0.5. I wanted to send it in, to get that all taken care of, so then people could stop asking me that question when I try to sell the book. So yeah, now they know it's pages 6 and 7. All right, so last book here. So this, I think it's the second DC book from this one, because this one should be Batman number 237. Yes. All right. So this one I was frustrated with when I got it, but we'll see. Maybe, I've been getting better grades than my estimates, so I'm hoping maybe I get a better grade than my estimate with this one, because I had this one as an 8.0. I was expecting something like a 9.0 or a 9.2 when I got it. But let's see. 8.5. So, yeah. I mean, I think this one is kind of it's either a wash or a loss. I didn't think it was that like 9.2 or whatever grade that it was sold as. One of the main issues was it had this little like tear up here, and then it was just some like general wear along the spine, some stuff like that. But I mean, I'll take the 8.5. It's fine. It's an awesome cover. It's a Neil Adams cover. It's this, I can't remember if it's called if it's the first appearance of this Reaper or, that character, but I mean, it is an awesome cover. You've got 227, 251, 232, all great covers from that time period. But this is another one that I think gets overlooked because it's not really a key. It's just a cool cover. But yeah, 8.5, off-white to white pages. And the last one to check the the grader's notes on. We'll see what CGC said on the grader's notes with this one. So spine stress lines break color, very small tear, top left of front cover. So yeah, I mean the same stuff that I saw. And and this is another one where, so just kind of a useful thing to point out. I've talked about this a number of times. You see this crease here? That's a printer crease. right there, and printer creases do not affect the grade. I'm always worried I'm going to catch some like new grader or something at CGC that doesn't realize that and you know, hits you for that, you know, for the printer crease. But yeah, so this one has that printer crease, doesn't affect the grade, you know, it wasn't even in the grader's notes. The main things are that and just some spine stress lines. But yeah, Batman 237, finishing with a cool Batman book. So hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more CGC unboxing videos. I have got a lot of boxes, a lot of books to check out, and so far been happy with the grades. I can't complain. I think I've gotten all the grades I expected or higher, so real happy with that. Again, I use the comic book presser for all of these. If you're interested in a presser, you want to go check him out. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. I've got more videos over here if you'd like to watch some of my other videos, and the subscription button right here. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.